Years ago, sawfish were regularly seen up and down the coasts as far south as Sydney and Perth. Today, scientists are asking, where have they gone? Dr Barbara Waringa is leading a new campaign asking Aussies to lend a hand, just so scientists can help recover dwindling populations.
There's a lot of factors that contribute to their decline, but partly it's gill nets, so they get caught with their saws in fishing line, and then also people taking saws as trophies, and another factor can be shark finning. So the fins used to be quite valuable in the shark fin trade. The family of sawfish are the most endangered of all sharks and rays. And one of the 4 species that we find in Australia is actually the most endangered marine fish in the world. We're asking people to submit sightings. It's saw.fish. There's no .com, just saw.fish. So anything, it doesn't matter how old it is, if you have a picture of when you caught a sawfish in the 70s, or if you have accidentally caught a sawfish a few days ago, that's what we're looking for. So especially if you have the date and the location of where the animal was caught, and we hope that you release it alive and happy, but we're looking for that information, and as I said, it doesn't matter how old it was. So a trophy is something where we can, an old saw on a pub wall means that we can identify the species from it, and especially if somebody still knows the story of how this saw was obtained, we're very interested in hearing from you. We're trying to figure out at the moment how many sawfish are still around, and also what did the populations look like back in the day? When did these animals start to decline? And also how the range, how far were they distributed back in the day, and what do their distributions look like now? And so based on that, we can then figure out how much they declined in Australia.
Time for a check of the weather now. Good morning to you, Nate Byrne. There's lots of heat in the west today. What's that doing to the fire danger we've been talking about now for a few days?
Yeah, a very good morning to you, Kirsten. Look, it's not great news, but the northwest of the country is used to having quite a bit of heat this time of year. The thing is, it's going to come back to the southeast again. I'll show you the satellite picture because you get a bit of a sense from space about what's going on. You can see a bit of a line of storm activity that's extending from WA across the north and then down into the southeast. It's actually picking out a trough. Now, for the north of the country, that trough means the air's slow moving. It's helping to trap lots of heat, particularly over Western Australia. So today we're looking at the conditions being severe. I'll show you the map in a second, but down in the southwest corner you can just pick out a cold front starting to move in. We're going to see that probably pick up this trough that's laying over the south of Western Australia and start pulling that eastwards. Now when it does, we'll see the northerlies bringing that heat down from Western Australia back into the southeast. It's looking like it's going to be a very warm weekend once again. Heatwave conditions spreading right back into the south. Meanwhile, for today, severe fire conditions for a large area in Western Australia. The rest of the country is looking fairly clear at the moment in terms of fire danger. So good news there, but we're going to look at potentially a dangerous weekend.
Okay, now take us back to the other side of the country and ex-tropical cyclone Penny. What's she doing?
Who's that? I'm not sure I've ever heard of her. I'll tell you what she's doing, Kirsten. 191 millimetres of rain dropped at Preston, just near Proserpine, and we've still got some warnings today. The system is it slowed down yesterday, in fact, starting to move to the northwest now up the Burdekin coast of Queensland. We're looking at a crossing probably in the next 36, 48 hours, somewhere around there, likely between Battians Vale and Cairns at this stage. It's definitely bringing lots of wet weather with it as it moves through, primarily on the southern side of the system. The winds have eased, which is good news, but warnings are still current for heavy rainfall that may lead to some flash flooding. And we've got a flood watch on for catchments from Gladstone to Cape Tribulation and inland to the Central Highlands and coalfields. Maybe, again, a couple of hundred millimetres on the way today. We're likely to see that area of warning shift further north as the system continues to move to the northwest. This is one ex-tropical cyclone now that just won't quit. And look, I have a sneaking suspicion that we may stop talking about it briefly, but if the circulation maintains itself and makes it up into the north of the country again, we could be talking about a third coming of tropical cyclone Penny. We'll have to see.
Okay, I'm going to remind you that you said that.
All right, good, done.
Now, what else is going on in the rest of Queensland before you talk us through the rest of the states?
Well, it's storms right across the north, in fact, for the peninsula and around Gulf country and through the interior as well, especially the central and southern interior along that trough line. Meanwhile, some showers streaming off from Tropical Cyclone Penny. In fact, there's cloud all the way down to the northeast of New South Wales, so we'll see some of those showers along the coast of Queensland today. That includes Brisbane. It's a top of 29 if you're there. Meanwhile, the storms continue through the southern half of the New South Wales coast, through the central west and the northern inland. A couple of showers, as I said, as well for the northern coast. Sydney is looking at a few showers, probably an afternoon storm for you there, 25 degrees. And Canberra, it's a fine day, getting to 30, and then a possible evening shower on the way. Started with a bit of fog for the northeast of Victoria this morning. It's going to be a mostly fine day though. A couple of isolated showers in the south are clearing eastwards. We'll just see them in East Gippsland by tonight. So Melbourne saw a bit of a morning shower this morning. It's going to be fine for the rest of the day. A sunny afternoon, a top of 20. And in Tasmania, we've got a little bit of wet weather for the west and the far south, otherwise clear skies, and that includes Hobart, 19 degrees there. Over in South Australia, just a little bit of a chance of a morning shower this morning along the coasts. That's cleared off now. The rest of the day is fine. It's going to be hot in the northeast. Adelaide, some cloud clearing off, 26 for you. And in Western Australia, we've got stormy weather through the interior. Some rain in the southwest land division as well. That's thanks to a mid-level disturbance. It's going to start shifting eastwards into the Eucla through the day. The south coast also looking at some showers east of about Albany. For Perth, it's a sunny day getting to 33. And for the rest of Northern Australia, guess what? Storms, although it should stay fine for the south of the territory. And in fact, in Darwin, it's a partly cloudy day getting to 34. Now, Kirsten, tomorrow we're going to be talking more about that heat building in Western Australia. You can see it already starting to move down that trough towards the south. It is leading to a very wet weekend, and I reckon we'll probably still also be talking about that rainfall from ex-tropical cyclone Penny.
Okay, talk to you soon, mate.